Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. There are moments in life when your heart longs for someone who will understand you, support you, and walk with you on a path that brings you closer to Allah. You may have met people who seemed right at first, yet something never settled within your heart. And then you begin to wonder, how does Allah guide a person to the one who is truly meant for them? Understand this deeply. What is written for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you. Allah does not leave your heart to wander without direction. In His perfect wisdom, He places signs, moments and feelings that quietly guide you toward what is right for your dunya and your akhirah. The question is not whether guidance is there, but whether your heart is ready to recognize it. There is something very subtle yet deeply powerful about the way Allah guides a person toward what is right for them, especially when it comes to choosing the right person in life. Often people look for signs in grand gestures, in dramatic moments, or in overwhelming emotions. They expect certainty to come in a loud, undeniable way. But more often than not, the guidance of Allah comes quietly. It comes through a feeling of peace that settles within your heart, a sense of clarity that removes confusion, and a calmness that replaces anxiety. And this is something many people overlook. When you are dealing with the wrong person, no matter how good things may appear on the surface, there is usually an uneasiness within. You may try to ignore it. You may try to convince yourself that everything is fine, that you are overthinking, that things will get better with time. But deep down there is a lack of stability. Your heart feels restless. Your thoughts are scattered. You find yourself constantly questioning, constantly doubting, constantly trying to make sense of things that do not naturally settle. This is not how something meant for you is supposed to feel. Allah does not guide you towards something that will leave your heart in continuous turmoil. Yes, every relationship requires effort, patience and understanding, but there is a difference between normal challenges and a constant feeling of unease. When something is right for you, there is a Arabic noon, Arabic wa, Arabic teen of sakoon that comes with it. It does not mean everything is perfect, but it means your heart feels at ease with the direction things are going. You are not constantly battling your own thoughts, trying to justify what does not feel right. Clarity is also a major sign of guidance. When Allah is guiding you toward the right person, things begin to make sense in a natural way. You do not feel like you are forcing something to work. You do not feel like you have to ignore important red flags just to keep things going. Instead, there is a sense of alignment. Your values match, your goals are compatible, and most importantly, your faith is strengthened rather than weakened. Sometimes people mistake emotional intensity for something meaningful. They think that if they feel strongly about someone, it must be right. But strong emotions can exist even in situations that are not good for you. What truly matters is not how intense your feelings are, but how stable your heart is. Guidance from Allah brings stability, not chaos. It brings clarity, not confusion. There are also moments when Allah removes confusion from your life in ways you did not expect. You may have been unsure about someone, going back and forth in your mind, unsure of what to do. And then suddenly something becomes clear. It could be through a situation that reveals the reality of that person. It could be through a realization that settles in your heart. It could even be through a feeling that you cannot fully explain, but you know it is there. This clarity is not random. It is part of Allah's guidance. It is important to pay attention to how your heart feels when you are making decisions. Not just in terms of emotions, but in terms of peace. Are you constantly anxious? Are you losing sleep over it? Are you feeling drained rather than uplifted? These are signs that something is not right. Allah does not guide you towards something that will take away your inner peace in such a consistent way. On the other hand, when you are being guided toward the right person, there is a sense of ease, even if the situation itself is not perfect. There may still be challenges, there may still be things to work through, but your heart feels steady. You feel comfortable being yourself. You feel respected, understood and valued. And most importantly, you feel closer to Allah, not further away. Another important aspect of this guidance is how it affects your connection with Allah. The right person will not pull you away from your deen. They will not make you compromise your values or neglect your responsibilities. Instead, they will encourage you to be better. They will remind you of Allah, not distract you from Him. Being around them will make you want to improve yourself, not just for them, but for the sake of Allah. There is also a simplicity in what is meant for you. It does not mean there are no obstacles, but it means things do not feel unnecessarily complicated. You are not constantly trying to fix things that should not be broken in the first place. You are not constantly justifying behavior that goes against your principles. There is a natural flow, a sense that things are moving in the right direction without you having to lose yourself in the process. It is also important to understand that sometimes guidance comes in the form of something not working out. You may have wanted someone deeply, believed they were right for you, but things did not progress. At the time, it feels confusing, even painful. But later, you begin to see why it did not happen. You realize that what you thought was right for you would not have brought you the peace and stability you truly needed. Your heart is not meant to live in constant confusion. Allah has created it in a way that recognizes peace when it is present. The challenge is learning to listen to that feeling, to trust it, and to not ignore it for the sake of temporary emotions. Because at the end of the day, the right person will not just make you feel something intense for a moment. They will bring a lasting sense of peace, a calmness that reassures you that you are on the right path, guided by the one who knows your heart better than you ever could. There is a very clear and powerful sign when Allah is guiding you toward the right person. And it is something that goes beyond emotions, beyond attraction, beyond temporary happiness. It is the way that person affects your relationship with Allah. Because at the end of the day, a connection that is truly meant for you is not just about this world, it is about your akhirah as well. It is about who helps you become a better Arabic Alif, Arabic Alif, Arabic Alif, Tat Hamza, Arabic Noon, Arabic Sin, Arabic Alif, Arabic Noon, who strengthens your faith, who reminds you of your purpose when you begin to forget. When the right person enters your life, they do not pull you away from your deen. They do not make you compromise your values or slowly drift into things you once knew were not right. Instead, their presence gently brings you closer to Allah. You find that your priorities begin to shift in a positive way. You become more conscious of your actions, more aware of your responsibilities, more focused on what truly matters. It is not forced, it is not something they demand from you, but it happens naturally because of the environment they create around you. There is a difference between someone who entertains your world and someone who nurtures your soul. Many people can make you feel good in the moment. They can make you laugh, they can give you attention, they can create excitement. But not everyone can bring you closer to Allah. Not everyone can remind you of your prayers, encourage you to stay consistent, or support you in becoming a better Muslim. And this is where you need to be honest with yourself. What kind of connection are you building? Is it something that strengthens your faith or something that slowly weakens it? Sometimes the wrong person can feel right simply because of how strongly you feel about them. Emotions can be very convincing. They can make you overlook things that you would normally never accept. You start making excuses, justifying behaviors, ignoring signs that something is not aligned with your values. And before you realize it, you find yourself compromising parts of your deen just to keep that connection alive. But this is not guidance. This is a test of your priorities. The right person will never ask you to choose between them and your relationship with Allah. They will never make you feel like you have to lower your standards in order to keep them. Instead, they will respect your boundaries. They will understand your values. They will appreciate the fact that your faith comes first. And in doing so, they will help you maintain that balance in your life. There is also a sense of growth that comes with the right person. You begin to notice changes within yourself. You become more patient, more understanding, more mindful of your actions. You feel encouraged to improve, not out of pressure, but out of inspiration. You see qualities in them that you admire, qualities that push you to become better. And this growth is not just limited to your relationship with them, it extends to your relationship with Allah as well. When someone truly cares about you in the right way, they care about your akhirah. They want to see you succeed not just in this life, but in the next. They remind you when you forget. They support you when you struggle. They make dua for you even in moments when you are not aware of it. And this kind of connection is rare. It is not based on superficial things, but on something much deeper, something that is rooted in faith and sincerity. It is also important to pay attention to how you feel about your deen when you are with that person. Do you feel motivated to pray on time? Do you feel encouraged to stay away from what is wrong? Do you feel a sense of peace when it comes to your spiritual life? Or do you feel distracted, distant, and less connected? These are important questions because they reveal the true impact that person is having on your life. There is a beauty in being with someone who reminds you of Allah without even trying too hard. Their character, their words, their actions, everything reflects a level of awareness that influences you in a positive way. You find yourself wanting to be better, not just for them, but for the sake of Allah. And this is a sign that the connection is a rabakalif, a rabaklam, a rabakchet, a rabakra. That it is something that has the potential to bring you closer to what truly matters. At the same time, it is important to understand that no one is perfect. The right person will also have flaws just like you do. But the difference is in how those flaws are handled. There is honesty, there is effort, there is a willingness to grow. And most importantly, there is a shared commitment to keep Allah at the center of the relationship. Guidance is not always about things being easy or perfect. Sometimes there are challenges, sometimes there are tests. But even within those challenges, there is a sense of direction, a feeling that you are moving towards something that is right for you. And that feeling is not based on emotions alone, it is based on a deeper understanding that this connection is helping you become the person you are meant to be. So when you are trying to understand whether someone is right for you, look beyond how they make you feel in the moment. Look at how they affect your relationship with Allah. Look at whether they bring you closer to your purpose or take you away from it. Because at the end of the day, the right person is not just someone who makes your life easier, but someone who makes your path to Jannah clearer. And if you found this reminder beneficial, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more powerful and heart-touching Islamic reminders that strengthen your faith and guide your heart.